Hey everybody, welcome back to All Things Ash. I am going to be doing a love reading for you guys. I'm feeling very much in the lovely energy. Um, that's an inside joke between me and another person. Yeah, and I would just want to spread the energy and see what comes up, see, what the collective needs to hear right now. I'm feeling open. I'm feeling like I'm in the process of receiving already a bit of a download, but there's something here that needs to come out. I'm up early, got some extra time, so here we are. I have a couple new decks that I may or may not use. I'm going to use the traditional Rider-Waite. I have the Romance deck, the Hidden Truth Oracle, What's the Tea, Love Messages. So we'll see what resonates as we go along. I hope everybody is doing well. It is Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday, where I'm at. It don't really matter what day it is when you find this or time of day it is. If it resonates, cool. If not, leave it for the next person. Maybe the next one will. This table is very loud. Hope everyone is doing well. I might have said that already. I don't know. My brain's kind of in multitask mode. It's receiving and downloading, processing at the same time. What does my collective need to know, Spirit? And this is kind of like a bit of a, like the inside of a machine where you can see all of the different pieces moving and how they connect is kind of what my brain feels like right now. All the different gears connecting. Oh shit, okay. Sorry y'all, I cuss sometimes. That's funny. Okay, what's going on, Spirit? Because there's a lot of reversals, first of all. Okay, let me bring this a little bit closer. There's a lot of reversals here. I don't know what's going on with y'all energy, but it's not necessarily a negative. So you got the Queen of Swords. This one, man. You got the Seven of Wands upside down in reverse. The Tower, the Sun in reverse, rude. King of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Swords upright, and then the Ace of Swords, right? But then the bottom of the deck is Ace of Pentacles. What y'all got going on? First of all, okay. Shh. Y'all just give me a second, because this is... as a Leo, I will say the Sun in reverse is disappointing to see, but not necessarily a complete negative. It is still the Sun. It just means that things are shaded right now, okay? There's some forward movement that's coming that's going to allow you to kind of drop your guard a little bit, right? The Seven of Wands is you're standing your ground, but you're on guard. But in reverse, don't stop being cautious is what I'm hearing. Don't stop being cautious. Always be on alert. Always pay attention. Always move with intention and pay attention to your surroundings. Right? Be diligent, be wise about the decisions that you make. Use discernment as often as possible and correct it as you go if necessary. However, you're not going to have to stand so guarded, because this Tower that either has happened or will happen is not even necessarily a negative. Yes, some things that are kind of hiding in the shades, in the shadow, really, need to be addressed. Excuse me, but the tower is a very scary card. It ain't really got to be a negative though. If I seen some other cards in this spread, then yeah, I would be concerned. But it's followed. The tower is followed by the sun in reverse, so it's not. If that's for a different card, upright or reverse, I'd be concerned. It's not really all that bad. What I'm getting is there's a lesson here that's going to illuminate some things once it becomes known. There's some things here that maybe need to even be said or addressed that's going to illuminate things, but they're still in the shadows right now. King of Swords to follow it. Yeah, something, there's this royal, first of all, you got the Queen of Swords to start the reading, King of Swords in the middle in reverse. Okay, this could pertain to a masculine and a feminine. If this does pertain to a specific scenario that resonates for you, where you might be the feminine and they might be the masculine, or vice versa, take it as it resonates. Somebody here is not telling the truth. Okay, y'all are equally yoked. Y'all are on the same levels. Y'all are both on your throne, but somebody here is not telling the truth. Okay, Swords is about communication. Someone here is holding a big secret that has really honestly sabotaged all the way down to the Knight of Swords. And you know what's crazy? What's crazy is I was thinking something yesterday as I was on my way home. This analogy just kind of came up in my head about a person embodying the energy of an emperor, just to go down to a knight and then a page, and really just the transition from such high esteem to being so low on the pole. And it's not that level lower on the pole isn't important, because it is the foundation. It is what helps to build that higher level. But the fact that you dropped down, the fact that somebody dropped down, and I was getting a masculine energy when I was thinking about it, but it was a self-demotion, really, because you can't go from being that high up. You can't go from being the emperor or even a king. I mean, the emperor is above the kings. The emperor is the king of all kings, but you can't go from being the emperor to a knight or to a page without having done so yourself, because you were the emperor for a reason. You were at the top for a reason. So we don't have the emperor in here. Maybe it might come out later, but you got your King of Swords, which is the next best thing, right? From an emperor to a king. Okay, that's not a huge drop. We're human, right? We all experience things, and this don't even gotta be a masculine. This can be the feminine, right? Maybe however it feels. Maybe y'all are air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Maybe it don't even gotta be. But the whole point about it is someone's not sitting in their energy properly. And someone did it to themselves here. Someone did it to themselves because of these shadows that they refuse to avoid. And this tower is coming in to say, okay, these shadows are still being hidden. You're still in denial, being hidden in the shadows, in denial, not speaking the truth, whether it's to yourself or to another person. To come in quickly as the Knight of Swords is moving fast, but perhaps too fast, because not only did you demote yourself from king, but you're moving too fast. It's gonna come out. The Ace of Swords, the truth is gonna come out. All right. It's funny because it starts with the Queen of Swords and ends with the Ace of Swords. It's gonna come out. You see, she's gesturing forward, not backward, forward. It's gonna come out, whether you want it to or not. But what's funny is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse is at the bottom of the deck. Is what you don't see coming. What you don't see coming is, if this takes too long for this truth to come to the surface, for whoever it needs to come to, it could sabotage everything here, right? You are jeopardizing this huge coin, this huge bag, this huge gift, this huge offer, this huge connection, whatever it could be, whatever this coin is for you, that's magically appearing out of the sky, being handed to you, could be sabotaged. Let's cut the deck. I want to see what else comes out. I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Maybe we're gonna have Empress at the bottom of the deck. Wasn't that, yo, I was just talking about the Emperor, right? So the Empress is coming through saying, yo, remember who the fuck you is. Sorry, y'all. I could, damn. I be trying so hard not to cuss on these readings. I swear. This ain't for children. Clearly, this ain't for children. We grown here on this channel, okay? So it is what it is. But remember who you is. Remember who you is, okay? Remember who you is, who you be. You start off with the Queen and you come to the Empress. The Empress decides to poke her way out. And I was finna shuffle again. I cut the deck so I could shuffle again. And she like, nah, I'm here. You look at me. Yeah, I'm at the bottom. And I know you over here trying not to look. But look anyway, because I'm here. Right? Bruh. Spirit be funny. Spirit be so funny. Oh. Oh, okay. I think that's all I want to take for now, to be honest. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah. You're someone here is sabotaging. Interesting. Okay. Ten of Pentacles came out in reverse. Yo, you really could have it all, though. You really could have it all. Y'all could have it all. You could have it all. I mean, this don't even... Yes, I'm here to do a love reading, right? But, I mean, it don't got to be romantic love. It can be platonic love. It can be, I don't know, familial love, something of the sort, right? The fact, y'all really could have it all. Look at this. Look at how abundant that is. You see that community right there? Like, it came out perverse, though. It's so close. It's so close. So close. Somebody's world is upside down right now, and they can't figure out what is going on. They just kind of spinning like they orbiting in space, like, what's happening, right? That's what this card is giving right now. And you know what? I've seen this card so many times. I've never looked at it this way. But this do look like they kind of just floating in space, right? So when it's in reverse like that anyway. Shit, even upright, it do. Sorry, y'all, it's allergy season. My nose itching. Somebody's floating right now. This shit is just like, it's so close to turning around. And then Gemini energy right here, the Lovers comes out. Okay, this is partnership, this is union, this is fruition, especially to be followed by the Sun in reverse earlier in the reading. This is a good sign. However, it's time to move forward. It's time to move forward. What that means for you is going to be different for everybody. This could mean that maybe some people are stepping away from the connection, and it's nostalgic, it's bittersweet, it's hard, but it needs to be done. Hierophant was under that. She not playing, y'all. She came out again, followed by the Hierophant. She is escorted by the Hierophant. She said, "Oh, I'm back." Did I present that right? It came out in this order. Yeah. Okay. Man, get out your feelings. Okay, let me rephrase that. Not get out your feelings. Get out of your head. Get out of your head. Get out of your feelings. Get out of your head. Find a balance between the two instead of settling in one or the other. let's see. Now we're going into the romantic aspect, because this is getting longer than I expected. Romantically, what do they need to know? Spirit, what do they need to know? Oh, damn. Okay. Camera, what I tell you, reminiscing. Reminiscing, making memories, learn from the past, perception. Bottom of the deck, okay. What flew out? Ooh. There was one right here too. Interesting. Ooh, this is so cute. You have passion. Okay, you have passion, insane chemistry, sparks, and having fun, equal interest, burning desire, mirroring each other, self-reflection, introspection, inner wounds. Yeah. So whoever's involved in this connection, y'all are mirroring each other big time. And maybe y'all are both doing it to each other. I think maybe whoever is a feminine in this connection has more clarity and more vision and a deeper perception of actually what's unfolding, because it was the masculine that was in reverse that was fighting it, right? With this King of Swords in reverse. Queen of Swords came in like, okay, something's up, like something needs to move forward, right? Move forward. But the passion is still there. That's why the sun is in reverse. Just because it's shaded doesn't mean it's not still fire. It's not still sun. That's passion, especially with the lovers right here, y'all. And then the Empress keep wanting to come out. You see all this fruition that she's just draped in, though. Like, it's passion here. Talking, interested, awaiting messages, text, calls, email, talking more. This is only gonna get better with communication. You're not gonna make any progress if you just sit still. Y'all not doing nothing. What is we? Teddy bear, interested in you, blooming romance, flirting, want to date. Okay, so open yourself up to things working. Open yourself up to things working and what that could look like, and what is it that you want from getting to know people and connecting with people, or this specific person that we're speaking about. Yeah. Is there anything that we need to know as far as the other person's behalf, the person that's not the collective? What do we need to know in regard to the person that is not the collective listening right now, this other person involved? Late night call, up in the world of sleeping, booty call, deep talk, true colors after dark. What do they really want? Listen, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I met a gentleman who was so very nice, and within that encounter, the flirtation led to discussion of a possible date. So I said, okay, well, yeah, I'm interested. This person never set up a date because they called me. They chose instead to call me at 1 a.m. Never texted. Once the numbers were exchanged, never texted. They called me at 1 a.m. I didn't answer because that's not what I had discussed. Nor did I text him to say, hey, you know what? I'm not available to talk during those hours until I get to know you further. I just didn't need to. You don't know me well enough to be calling me at 1 o'clock in the morning. They did it again the next day, or maybe a few days later. I never responded, answered, said anything, because at that point, sir, you already messed up, okay? I understand late night, our thoughts get going and whatnot, but also so do hormones. Like, assert boundaries when it comes to this, okay? Make sure that they come correct and they're approaching you properly. Look, y'all, this one fell on the floor. Boundaries. Assert boundaries. And also, don't be so focused on the other person's boundaries and trying to respect them and cater to them that you forget your own boundaries, that you forget to assert your own boundaries. Because, yes, we should respect the other person's boundaries. However, stating boundaries is not a shield to avoid accountability or reciprocity in dealing with the other person's boundaries. It's not a one way, like, we're both engaging here, right? So both of our boundaries matter. The discussion needs to be had about both of them, not just yours because you feel uncomfortable with the other person's, right? So keep that in mind, whether it's you or them. So saying no without guilt, protecting your time and energy, teaching people how to treat you. This is my line. Yes, exactly what I was just saying. All right. Bottom of the deck, envy watching, silent followers secretly studying your moves, pretending not to care but always watching your glow, bothers their shadows. Followed by drama magnet, chaos follows them everywhere, constant beef, constant stories. Peace feels boring to them. You don't have to join the show. Yeah, this could be somebody who, red flags, family drama. This could be somebody who's just like going through some stuff, right? Like somebody who's just experienced third party, new chapter. Oh shit. Yo, this could be somebody who is going through so much right now, and they're overwhelmed with all that they have, but in that overwhelm, instead of regulating themselves, instead of pouring into themselves, they're focused on the wrong things. Envy watching, secretly studying your moves. Somebody's been watching you. If you feel like somebody's been watching you, they've been watching you. I got that confirmation recently. I stopped sharing my location with somebody, and all of a sudden I started seeing them everywhere. That was weird. There were other things that confirmed, right? But family drama, third party, yeah. I don't know. Maybe they got somebody around. Maybe that's that truth. Maybe that's the truth. Is all that they've got going, right? Like they want to come to you, they want to come close, but maybe they got somebody else around. Maybe it has nothing to do with somebody else. Maybe it's just family drama that they're going through. But whatever it is, they're not able to handle both things at once, and it's interfering. It's interfering with and sabotaging this connection here. When simply all they need to do is speak on where they are, but they may not even know where they are. They may be so in the thick of it that they don't even realize it. Yeah. All right, we're just gonna do one more. I'm not gonna do the romance deck today, but I'm being called to pull out the hidden truth, so I use this kind of tape. Okay. This will be the last one because this video was a lot longer than I anticipated, and I was gonna try and get a nap, but I don't think that's gonna work at this point. That's all right though. I'm glad that y'all are getting this download because it was trying to come through. I was trying to like unwind and lay my head down and take a nap because I'm up unnecessarily early for necessary reasons. I'm starting to understand our connection. Okay, so this person's coming around. But yeah, no, this download kept trying to come through, so we here. I wasn't going to be able to rest without getting it out. Interesting. I know I was a distraction from your pain. I love you unconditionally. I replay our conversations over and over. I want you. I am afraid to contact you. I left when I saw you with someone. Maybe this is their truth. Maybe it has nothing to do with anybody else. Like another... Well, I mean, a third party doesn't have to be a romantic interest. It can be family too. It can be friends. It can be whoever, somebody interfering. But they're saying, I know it was a distraction from your pain, but honestly, I think you were the distraction from their pain. Okay, in this particular case, this is coming through very clearly. You were the distraction for their pain because you were seeing clearly. You were ready to move forward, right? You're ready to communicate, to to assert yourself, right? You was in position. This person was not ready. I know I was a distraction from your pain. Yeah, you were a distraction for their pain. They were a little bit upside down, but they still have to deal with it. Moving too fast backwards. They still have to deal with it. It's still coming out, right? I love you unconditionally. Maybe they never told you that. Maybe that's where they ran. Maybe sentiments were shared on your end. Maybe they did tell you that. But maybe they told you with their actions. Maybe they told you in a different way. Maybe they told you through music. Maybe they didn't know how to use words because they're words, right? King of Swords is communication. Swords in general is communication, words. Maybe they didn't know how to say it in a conventional way, but maybe they did tell you that they love you unconditionally. I replay our conversations over and over again. That goes back to, where was it? I just saw it. Reminiscing. Camera. Yeah, they're probably looking at pictures of you, right? That maybe you shared, maybe links and stuff that you shared, music that you shared even. I want you landed on top of the Lovers. I'm afraid to contact you, landed on top of the Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah. I left when I saw you with someone, landed over the Hierophant. Listen, okay, baby. Judgment calls. Sometimes people jump to conclusions based on their lived experience and traumas. And sometimes they make things up in their head because they're too much in their head instead of asking questions and providing clarity. Asking for clarity. Okay? So, yeah. How you decide to proceed with this is completely up to you. Definitely maintain your boundaries. Okay? Continue forward. Don't forget who you are. Oh, they said they're starting to understand the connection. This is on the bottom of the deck. So, yeah. Do with that what you will. You came closer than anyone. For some of y'all, this connection is it. Like, it's not moving forward. And for others of y'all, I hope that you can forgive me one day. Finding out the truth crushed me. For others of y'all, there might be a reconciliation down the line. But some time needs to be had here. Somebody here needs to sit with the shadows and come to terms with the truth of things before they can get themselves in the space of approaching anybody, let alone you as the motherfucking Empress. Okay? Okay. Don't forget who you is. Because when they're ready and they come back in Emperor mode, you'll know. And if it's not them, if it's somebody else, who knows? I love y'all. I wish y'all a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Find ways to regulate your energy. Get some sunshine. Get some sunshine. Take a moment to breathe. Close your eyes in the sun. If you can ground and put your feet in the earth, do that. Whether it's sand, water, dirt, grass. Get some fresh air. If you're in an office all day like me, get some fresh air. I'm about to go for a walk myself because there's no point in napping right now. But yeah, man. Take care of yourself. And yeah, remember who you are. This is the energy you need to embody today, whether you are the feminine or the masculine. This is what you need to embody today. Head held high. Act like you know. Heads will turn as you walk down the street. As you walk into rooms, they will notice your energy. Act like you know. You don't really got to say much. You don't got to say anything. Sit on your throne. Everything else will speak for itself. Ashe.